Hello, Iyana Ma'ad here, one half of that dynamic duo that is Ayize and Iyana of Black Love and Marriage. Founder, therapist, relationship coach. Look, let me share something with you today that I think is really important. One of the things that people come to us, come into our community they're dealing with is infidelity. And people are at different places and different stages. Excuse that noise, y'all. Really, bro? Really? Hope y'all can hear me still, because I'm gonna keep going. I think I don't know if that's our people or the next door neighbor, but anyway, one of the things that people are dealing with is denial when it comes to infidelity. I don't know if you know, but one of the stages of grief when a loved one passes away or dies or something happens is denial. And for any number of reasons. And it used to be thought that it was like the first stage, and it can be, but it can happen in any order when you're grieving. When infidelity strikes, there's a show enough grief that happens. It is a trauma. It is a loss of what you knew to be real. It is something that can shake your whole entire world. And I just want to just open it up a bit, because sometimes we comfort people, especially if you know somebody, you have a friend or a family member, and you're like, they're just in denial, and she just needs to stop, and we're just like, why she continue to stay in the same situation, or why is he putting up with that stuff with her, or from her? And I want to open up denial a little bit more for you. The core reason, there's a couple of core reasons why people are in denial. A lot of times people are trying to be positive. They're trying to keep a positive outlook. What is an outlook, y'all? A positive outlook. Why is that when it's something so traumatizing and so devastating that has happened? Because the reality is that, as many people say, infidelity is a deal breaker. I'm out, you cheat, I'm done, it's over. The reality is that many, not a little bit, many people choose to stay in their marriage and to move forward and to work through it. And many, not a little bit, but many are the better for it, because they have stayed the course, because they have decided to move forward and to build again, not to bring back what they had, but to build something brand new. And for many, even though some of y'all might get an attitude when I say this, they sit on the other side of it like our relationship is stronger and better and tighter and more resilient than it ever was prior to even the infidelity. Doesn't mean I would wish it upon anybody, doesn't mean I want anybody to deal with it, but hey, I'm just telling you what I know, okay? I'm telling you from my own relationship, I'm telling you from the folks that I work with. So people oftentimes at the outset, they're trying to stabilize their minds and their spirits, and they're trying to keep a positive outlook. So if that's you, I just want to say that I do believe it's genuine, and I do think that you have to be positive, but you can't do it at the expense of your emotions, the reality of things, being able to see clearly, being able to perceive clearly. That's the other piece. People are oftentimes in denial, minimizing. Minimization is one of those things that happens when we are, in denial about something, kind of making things, smaller than they really need to be. How people make things bigger than they need to be. Sometimes folks with infidelity are making them smaller than they really are. And that oftentimes is also to suppress our emotions and our feelings. We're masking our emotions. Some of us do that as an automatic thing. Like, we're not even trying to do it. It's just our makeup is how we roll. And until we get aware of it, we don't even know how to do differently. But we are masking our feelings so that we can just stay safe, so that we can feel all right, like we're not about to crumble to pieces. And it's really hard for us to get in touch with, let alone express the pain and the anger we might be experiencing. That's not everybody, but that's another reason why people are presenting sometimes as if though they are in denial. So I share this because I want to, just prick your brain today if you find that any of this resonates with you, that if denial is happening for you, don't judge yourself. If you know somebody in a situation, don't judge them. Just be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate with the person that you know. But move out of denial. It doesn't serve you or your partner to stay there. There's another type of person who actually minimizes so much that they start to excuse the behavior. They start to say, well, if I wasn't doing this, if I was doing more of that, I'm not saying it's my fault, but I just understand that I know that it wouldn't have gone there. No. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day and in the middle of the day, When somebody chooses to step outside of the relationship, it's on them. That's the decision they made. And that's how they responded to the stressors in their life or whatever else. It ain't got nothing to do with what you did or did not do. That's just the bottom line. And so making excuses for our spouse's behavior does not serve you or the relationship, because you can't move forward in a healthy and whole way if you're not able to really be clear about what the why was, where the disconnect was, what needed to happen differently. And if we get fuzzy about it and start taking on stuff that we don't need to take on, it's going to mess everything up. And you're not going to be able to really, truly rely on, what kind of bug was that? Rely on your partner or your union. So, again, today, think about this denial thing. Drop a comment or two if you've been there, if you are there, if it resonates. And don't judge yourself again. Don't judge your friend. Just get up out of that and start by telling the truth. Just tell the truth. Call it what it is. Write it down, journal it, and go from there. Peace, y'all.